Hey everyone, Delvon Digital here, and I'm here to do a what's on my Pixel, basically my main apps that I use every day, my most used apps on my Pixel that I find useful for my day-to-day life. And to make things a lot easier, my apps are all on the home page that I use. And I'm going to go ahead and deep dive into those a little bit. So it's probably going to be a real quick video, to be honest with you, not really that long, because I'm a very basic person when it comes to these phones. I don't do anything crazy. So with that being said, let's just get started. First app is X, aka Twitter. I mean, obviously, y'all know that I'm a Twitter head. No need to go into what Twitter is. You know what Twitter is, or X, or whatever you want to call it. Instagram, Threads, YouTube, and my Google Home app. Of course, I control everything in my house with my voice, with my Google Homes everywhere. Hopefully you don't hear me. You didn't. Good. And of course, I use it manually sometimes when it don't want to function right. But other than that, and then I have Google Meet, and then I have Spotify right here. And I also got YouTube Music. I use both of these. I like both. I guess you want me to tell you which one sounds better. I think YouTube Music does. I'm gonna say YouTube Music. I use Spotify because the sync feature. I just love that feature that it syncs everywhere with everything that I have installed with Spotify up there is so freaking dope. So I got the same playlist as up here and up here together. So if I make one up here, I make the same playlist on YouTube Music. If I make one on YouTube Music, I make it on Spotify. So I can kind of have like the same and everything else. And of course I have my clock up here. Some people's like, why you got a clock up there? Because, you know, there's a clock right there, but you can't, you see this? I'm clicking it. You can't access your alarms and your clocks or anything real fast, but I can here. And as you can see, I use these things a lot or whatever like that. So I got timers and stuff at my job. I got to set timers a lot. So it gives me quick access to it right there. So I can't do that here. So me having a double clock makes sense. And plus, think about it. Which clock do you see first? You know, when you want to see the time real quick, boom, right in your face. So that's why I have that up there as well. I'm gonna get to the next page real quick because there's some apps I do want to talk about a little bit deeper. So here I got my weather, so I can know, you know, it's hot, cold outside. Then I got my calendar, first glance of all my photo shoots scheduled or anything that I got going on. I do this battery widget. I don't know why. I really don't like this battery widget, but I just wanted to add another widget up here. So I just added the battery widget. So at least I can check my watch battery percent when it's on the charger and I know that it's full, then I grab it because there's no notification that tells me that it's full. I wish it was, but it's not. So I just kind of like look at it up there. And then Google Drive is where I do a lot of my business at. So I got the widget right here. I used to have the app, but I was like, you know what? Let me just do the widget. It just makes it look like a cleaner look and everything like that for my phone. So, and plus when I close this phone and I go to, you know, my pages, as you can see, this is how my pages look. So I like the pages still to look good. I've seen a lot of people who have apps like all up on the side and stuff like that, but I want it to still feel like a phone because you can't separate the pages that you have here with, you know, when you open it up and stuff like that, which is, I hope that we get that feature later so we can make separate pages. So to make it look clean, I had to do this as a page like that, this as a page like that, that is a page, and that is a page. But up here as a tablet form, it looks really good. All right, so you got all that. Of course, Google search. If I had the opportunity to remove this, I will not remove it. It's very useful. I actually integrated it into my life now, so I'm fine with it at a glance. If I had the option to remove that, I wouldn't either because it actually works and is integrated into my life now. I would be lost without it. At first, I hated both of these being right here stationary, but the longer I start using my Pixel and had no choice to deal with it, I've grown to like it. So I get it. You know, sometimes, you know, you first get a Pixel and you want to customize, like, I don't want this, I don't want this. I get it, but it's part of my life now at this point, so I don't really care. So anyways, we got our phone app up here, we got our texting app. Google Photos is probably like one of the biggest, most used ones I use the most with all my photography and my editing and just sharing my stuff to my clients and everything else or whatever like that. So I have just so much going on here when it comes to that. Everything in here that you see now was shot on the Pixel or a Pixel. I can't say what Pixel all the time because, you know, I use only Pixels, and this is just my Pixel folder photography right here. A lot of people want me to share it, but I be having, you know, people in here that I don't think they want you to have photos of them like that. So just whatever. And, you know, I love, you know, just doing everything in here when it comes to my client work. Let me go where, yeah. So all my client work is in here. and I just drop them a link. And then whenever I work with them multiple times, I just continue to drop their photos into here. And as I, so when I edit their photos, I could just drop it into their folder and they instantly get it because they're already like opted into the folder and stuff like that. So it makes my life a lot easier that I don't have to send no files to them, anything like that. They just go straight to the folder and say, oh, I got a notification. Oh, Devon Digital, and I edit another photo is uploaded. And then they get their photos and they don't bother me. So it's the easiest way for me to do that. For the ones that do want like certain photos or certain things, I do send them, anything from Google Drive or whatever like that. I use Google Drive to send them whatever I need, like a zip file or whatever. So with that being said, Telegram is my main messaging app that I use for family, friends, everybody who's in my circle. We kind of like use Telegram. Whether we got an iPhone or Android phone really don't matter. My whole family, we're on Telegram. So, and all my friends are on Telegram. So, that makes my life easier when I'm swapping through devices, because Telegram is on all of these devices as well as my Apple devices and stuff like that as well. So it makes my life very easy when it comes to messaging, that I don't have to go grab another phone to be in the in crowd. Plus my family is like a mixture of Android and iOS users anyway, so it's not like all of us are using like one platform. So this is our connection. And of course I got the camera app up here because I'm going to be taking a lot of pictures, and that's just what I do. I shoot only in RAW, but recently I took RAW off of my Pixel Fold because ever since I got this Pixel 8 Pro, this has become like my main shooter when it comes to mobile phones. I'm not shooting with this because this camera is just so crazy. Pro mode, 50 megapixel RAW files, it's a dream. So this is my new shooter, and for quick snapshots I'll use this or whatever, but I still kind of pull out this. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna sit here and say I barely use this camera anymore because I got this. So that's just kind of sad. I used to use this camera when I had this, but then I upgraded and got that. So yeah, it's just what it is, man. Maybe you would get a better camera on a Pixel Fold, the Pixel Fold 2. And then in settings, because I like to go to my settings, and let me change that to 1 minute. I like to go to my settings a lot for certain things sometimes. So the one app I really wanted to talk about the most is my Lightroom app. I spend a lot of time on this app on my Pixel Fold. This is like the bread of everything. So this is a picture that I'm currently editing. I have not finished it yet, but I'm in the works of finishing it. I think that I'm gonna have to actually go to my computer to finish this because Lightroom is really doing a horrible job cleaning up the hair up here with and it's not, it's not like it's the Pixel's fault. It's literally Lightroom AI just kind of just sucks and is giving some kind of warpy look. So I'm gonna have to take full control. This is why I don't like Lightroom that much, because I don't have like full control over the image to do the things I can do in Photoshop. So unfortunately I cannot finish this photo on Lightroom, and I'm not going to go through the hassle of trying to use the clone feature and try to clone this, and it's just too much. It's too tedious. And when I could go in Photoshop and do this in a matter of like 2 minutes, like less than 2 minutes actually, and it's just too tedious to try to get this perfect or whatever like that. So I'm going to go on my PC or my Mac, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish this edit up there. And when I finish this edit up there, then I'm gonna sync it back to Lightroom, and then I can finish touching up everything else in Lightroom. So unfortunately I can't get rid of Photoshop for Lightroom because of that full control over your images. So it would be a thing where I gotta kind of use both or whatever. So yeah, so this is my most used app that I love using for all of my photography and stuff like that. I'm currently in the middle of an edit on this one as well. So this I can edit all the way up here. So I'm in the middle of it, and I will finish this on this right here on the Pixel Fold. But yeah, this is one